Oh my goodness, it's that girl again with the red dressing gown on. What's she got to say today? I wonder. I wonder. I don't know. I have no idea. Oh my goodness, sometimes that's a bit scary even for me. What am I going to say? I trust that whatever I'm going to say is what I need to say. I'll know what I need to say when I say it, after I've said it. Being in the moment, oh my goodness, is like massive, and I don't think I've ever been so present in my life, just being here now. And when we're kind of in, like really in this moment now, let's just pause for a minute and be in it. Are you ready? Okay. I'm going to take another breath because that seems to help the anchoring in of the said moment now. So if you want to take a little breath with me, that would be kind of cool. Are you ready? On the count of 3, 2, 1. Okay, that feels so good. Wow, isn't that like, I don't know, I've got my eyes closed. Have you got your eyes closed? I can't see. It's so expansive. In this moment, there's no one else, nothing else except you. You're here. I know you're here with me. And just breathing in and out that life force energy, because we can't see something, just because we can't see something does not mean it's not there. And what I'm realizing is there's actually more in the unseen. There's more unseen than seen in our reality experience. And this breath, and if I was to peek and look at the air, the space around me, it kind of looks like there's nothing there. But it's so full. It's full of information, it's full of data, it's full of codes, it's full of expansion, it's full of beingness, it's full of life, it's full of, can I say the P word? It's a very popular word at the moment, and I know exactly why it is. Of course it is, it should be. Plasma. So plasma is a word that we put to something, and that's something too I just want to remind everybody. Words are quite limiting because we're trying to explain something in a word that really needs a million words. And we tend to put one word to certain things. And I think we forget that actual language, words, is a smaller part of everything, even though, as I'm saying that, I'm going, oh, but we kind of create with our thoughts and our words. But there's so much more to it. That is part of it, for sure. And that's why you want to be aware of what you're thinking, what you're saying, because it does form a foundation of what your reality experience is and how it unfolds. But there's also another part that I've been discovering, unveiling, tapping into, and it's much vaster, and I don't think I could really put any words to it. I think words would be quite limiting. And even lately, I don't know, I just don't feel like talking, and I'm listening in conversations, and I feel like we talk too much. We talk on the outer too much. And it's good to share. I mean, that's what I'm doing now. But maybe do we just talk pointlessly too much, like we feel the need to fill a space? Have you ever sat with someone. Okay, there's two alternatives here. Okay, let me say the first one. Let's go with the not so good one first. Have you ever been with someone and there's just that awkward silence and everything feels efforting and you feel like, oh my goodness, this is hard work. I really got to think of what to talk about. Do I talk about the weather? Shall we bring up sport? Don't bring up politics or religion. And it's hard, and you can feel the space feels and the quiet feels uncomfortable. But on the alternative, have you sat with someone? It would probably be someone that you really love and you really connect with, and there's just nothing. You're just sitting in comfortable silence. And it feels right, and you don't feel like you have to fill the space. You feel like this is what you're here for, is to share this space with this person now without feeling like you have to add anything or take anything away. You just are. And even, I love doing that with myself. I spend a lot of time just sitting with myself, and there's a lot of times where my mind is just going, whoa, 100 miles a minute. But the times when I just allow, like nothing, I don't feel the need to add anything. I'm not trying to work anything out. I'm not trying to be somewhere, get somewhere, be someone, find something, solve something, crack a code. I'm just here. And that is probably one of the most amazing, beautiful feelings. And just even talking about it, oh my goodness, I feel here. Like, oh, I can't see, I don't want to stand up. So, okay, I guess it's the solar plexus, isn't it? I'm just like, got my hands on my belly, in between my belly button and my chest. So it's not my heart, I can feel that too. Okay, heart and solar. I think it's my heart chakra and solar plexus chakra that are really feeling right now as I'm talking about being nothing, being nowhere, not needing, not wanting, just happy in this moment now. Oh my God, I almost feel like I'm going to cry. I won't. I think I've cried twice in videos, and I did put them out there because I want to be real. And I'm laughing because I'm going, this ain't as real as we think. This reality ain't as real as we think. But I want to be, maybe real's not the right word, transparent. I want to be true. That's okay. Now we're getting closer. I want to be in my truth as much as possible, which sometimes looks messy, looks unprofessional, looks a little bit, what does it look like? Unfiltered. It looks, what else does it look like? It feels, at one point it used to feel a little uncertain. I felt like I had to have all my T's crossed and all my I's dotted. But I've almost gone like the opposite way. Here I am sitting in my dressing gown. I haven't done my hair yet. I tied it back. I did put some makeup on this morning, but I haven't really, I just tied my hair back so later it will curl. What am I saying here? But I'm not dressing up. I'm not putting on this is me talking. I'm going to talk very properly, and I'm going to say everything, and in fact I'm going to read it from a teleprompter. Maybe once upon a time I would have done that, but I'm heading in a different direction now. And I think that as humanity, that's where we're at. We're heading in a different direction. We're realizing with our real eyes that life is ours to create. on our individual level and in our collective energies as we create a world, a society together. And if you're like me and you're looking at the world, and there's some beautiful, wonderful places and spaces and people and things that are embodying this beautiful energy that we're kind of leaning more towards and choosing. But we still have pockets of war and poverty and dis-ease and destitution. We have people not realizing that they have a powerful higher self that they can call on in to help them to get out of the perpetuating cycles, generational cycles, ancestral cycles, to help them process and learn utilize their experiences as lessons, but then move on to the next one. I just said that in the last little vid about how we perpetuate cycles, and we can get stuck in a cycle when having all experiences are something to learn from and are for us, not at us. And it is in the learning and processing and alchemizing of the energy. So say if it's something happens in your life and you might have an altercation with something, or something you don't like happens, and you process, you're meant to process the feelings to a point where you understand the lesson therein. So from a negative comes a positive. And from the good things is understanding and inviting more of that, and learning what our preferences are, learning what it is we want in life. This is something really important, really, really important. So listen up, that it's very hard to get somewhere if you don't have at least a general idea of where it is you want to go. And we don't spend enough time reflecting and considering what it is we might like in life. Or potentially we could just say things like, I want to win the lotto. I want lots of money. But if you're coming from a place of fear, you're actually kind of counteracting the energy of where you want to go. And there's probably not enough information, even though I feel like sometimes the devil is in the detail, unless you are embodying the full energy of abundance and beingness and knowing that you can be and do and have what you want. If you get into the detail, it can trip you up. So you want to make sure your energy is in the right space first, because if you're saying, oh, I just want to win the lotto, I'm going to just think about winning the lotto every day, I'm going to think about the money, and I'm going to think about how much I'm going to do with it and blah, blah, blah. But if you're coming from the fear of if you don't have it, then you're probably not going to have it. Probably not. I'm not laughing, because I mean, I've been there too. You know, the money, if you focus on the money, it's more so you want to focus on the feeling of what that money would give you. Like, how would it make you feel if suddenly, what if you knew in a month's time you were a millionaire? Now, this is a Neville Goddard thing. If you haven't listened or read Neville Goddard, I have mentioned him before. He's kind of come back into my life with a vengeance, as I find different teachers do. They come in, they come out, depending on where I'm at. But Neville Goddard, and that was something in a recent video, was if you knew in 1 month's time you'd be a millionaire, what would you be doing? Would you be working hard, or would you be kind of planning? Would you be relaxing and feeling at ease? Like, that's one of the keys. I think being relaxed, at ease and calm is a very magnetic energy that if we all embraced, we would probably all have our dreams come in. Imagine that though. I think that was in a movie with Jim Carrey. Was that when he was, and Morgan Freeman? Was it when he ended up being God for a day or a week or whatever? And everybody's wishes were coming in and it was too much and he just said yes to them all. So all these people won the lotto, but because everyone won the lotto at once, nobody really won because it was spread out between millions. So what did everybody get? A few cents. Like, wouldn't that just ruin your lotto win? Okay, so I can't even remember what I talked about at the start. Okay, my mind has gone a blank again, which is good because that means I'm in the moment. I'm in the moment now. There is no past, there is no future. There is only the present time, because it's a gift, it's a present. Who said that? I know that's a saying, but it is like this moment now is a present if we are present within it and we don't get pulled into old stuff or agonize over what's coming. Even though, like I said, so it's a little bit contradictory, it's important to kind of have an idea of where you want to go, because how can you get somewhere? You've got no coordinates to put into your GPS. And your GPS is your higher self sitting up there. I have said before, it's like, imagine, what if you have a cord, let's call it a silver cord, attached to your head, and it goes up to the clouds, and there, sitting up the top on the other end of the silver cord, is your higher self who can see the entire landscape, the entire world. So it can see every avenue, every direction you could go, and all the people and places and things. But the only way your higher self can let you know what's coming or which way to go is by sending little impulses and tiny little messages down the cord back to your head. But if you're so busy in the world and it's noisy and you're not taking notice of the subtle signs, you'll miss it. That's why meditation, though I don't really like the word, I kind of just called it my quiet time, is so important, because when you're quiet and still, you can feel the pull. And I literally can feel at times, which I love, I can almost feel it pulling like this. And I'm like, okay, you got my attention. What's coming in? What should I be listening for? Where should I go? Because it's so subtle and quiet. God comes in a whisper, not a whisper on the wind even, not in a loud booming voice with thunder and lightning, although it can. The God, universe, source energy can do what it wants because it's God, source, universal energy. It's all that is. But so are we. We're like the tendrils from this amazing, wonderful, multi-dimensional creature, and we're all an eye and a perspective that is creating this ever-evolving, eternal universe. That's all. On that note, 1909 on my clock, thank you. I'm going to go. I'll be wishing you a wonderful morning, arvo, evening, wherever you are. Sending much love, always. And I will pop back in to Mars.